Hi and hello dear friends, welcome back once again to our channel Vage Academy of Mathematics, and after a long gap we are once again here with UGC NET paper 1 question paper, and here we have the question paper of 2014 December, and we are about to solve questions under the type data interpretation. Yes, we go here. So this year's question paper we have a table based question. So first of all, let's spend a moment on what is given there in this table. So we have a table with rows and columns which gives us the information about the amount of CO2 emitted, that is CO2 emissions is what is given here, and that too it is given for 5 different years from the year 2005 to 2009, and for 5 different sectors: power, industry, commercial, agriculture and domestic. So this is what we have in this table, and also we can see the entries like this 500, 200, 150 and so on. We see these entries and all these are mentioned in terms of million metric tons. That also we have to keep in our mind. Yes, done. So now we are clear with what is given there in the table, and it's time for us to go solve the questions. And as we have seen, we'll have to remember one thing very strongly: whenever we are given this kind of data interpretation questions, those questions will mainly deal with percentage calculations, because majority of the questions will play with percentage calculations. So we need to be very sure with all the percentage things that we have seen in the previous sessions. So we know how to calculate the percentage values, or what percentage of, or how to calculate the percentage increase and decrease. All these things we have seen in the previous sessions, and if you have doubts now, you can even see the previous sessions there. I will attach the playlist of this UGC NET paper 1 here in the description box of this video. You can just make use of that. Yes, fine. Yeah, we travel with the questions. Let's go to the first question, question number 1. Let's see what is given here in this question. The question asks, what is the percentage growth of CO2 emissions from power sector during 2005 to 2009? This is our question. So the question is very direct, very simple. From the year 2005 to 2009, we are asked to calculate the percentage growth of the power industry. So power industry, sorry, the power sector. So the power sector, the values if we see, so the power sector 2005's value is 500, and that of 2009 is 800. So we are asked to find the percentage growth. Percentage growth is nothing but simply percentage increase. We know how to calculate percentage increase. We usually find it by getting the difference by the original value and multiply this fraction with 100, we get the answer. So the same way we are going to travel here. So for the year 2005, we have the value to be 500. So let me note it here, 500. And for the year 2009, it is 800. So that means our original value is 500 and our final value is 800. So we will note even those things. So our original value is 500 and our final value is 800. So from 500 to 800, what is the percentage increase? This is our question. So as usual, we go get the difference first. Difference is very simple. 800 minus 500, that will give us 300, divided by original. Original is nothing but 500, and multiply this with 100, and that's it. We get the answer to be, we can cancel this double zeros. So we get 3 by 5 of 100, and that would be nothing but 30 times of 20, which will be 60 percentage, and option A is matching with our answer, which is 60 percentage. And that's the answer to our first question. Yes, let's go to the second question. Our question number 2. Which sector has recorded the maximum growth in CO2 emissions during 2005 to 2009? So here again we need to find the value of the maximum growth, and that too we are not worried about the value. Here in this question they are asking us to get in which sector we are able to find the maximum CO2 emissions, maximum growth in the CO2 emissions. This is our question. So once again, let's go back to the table. So for the years 2005 to 2009, we are asked to find the maximum growth. So maximum growth is seen in which part? That is our question. So again, what we shall do is we shall see the values of each of these sectors from 2005 to 2009. So if you see that for the power industry, it is very clear. It is 500 to 800. I think it can be done here itself. Let's note the values. So for the power industry, it is 500 to 800. Yes. Next, we have the industry. For the power sector, it is 500 to 800. For industry sector, it is 200 to 450. And next, for the commercial, it is 150 to 320. And for agriculture, it is 80 to 200. And for the last one, domestic, the growth is 100 to 180. I think so far it is clear to all of us. See here, we are asked to find the growth from the year 2005 to 2009, and that's the reason we are recording all these values for each of these sectors. Like power, we have 500 to 800, and for industry we have 200 to 450, and for commercial we have 150 to 320, and so on. This is how it goes. Here 80 to 200, and here we have 100 to 180. Yes, all those things are noted, and we are asked to find the maximum growth. So how can we find the maximum growth? Actually, this maximum growth is asked in terms of percentage, for which what can be done very easily is we will have to find the percentage increase. That's what we are asked to find. So already just now we have calculated the percentage increase for the first one, I mean the power sector. So that means here we will be getting 300 out of 500, that is from 500 it has increased to 300, which is already 60 percentage, we know that. And next is here 200 to 450 it is raising, that is for out of 200 there is an increase of, see the increase here, it is 250 increase. So that means this case we have a very huge increase, so it will be equal to, actually in terms of 100 percentage, if you see, it will be 125 percentage. Why? Because you can just calculate this value in terms of percentage. We'll be getting it to be 250 by 200 into 100, and that will give the answer as 125. And let's come here for the commercial. For the commercial, it is increasing from 150 and it is going till 320. So to 320, in the sense it will be a 170 increase. And here again, if we want to find the value, you can just multiply it by 100. We'll be getting the value. And see here, if you just see the value 170 as a percentage of 150, again we'll be getting a value which will be more than 100. Correct? Yes, more than 100. And once again, just to approximate it and get the value, we shall do a small calculation here. See here, we are very sure that for the number 150, 170 has to be definitely more than 100 percentage, because for 150 the same number 150 itself will be 100%. Then for the number 150, this number 170 has to be definitely more than 100 percentage. So let's try to approximate its range, what can be the value. Okay, yes, for which let's do a thing. I know 10 percentage of this 150 will be just 15, is it or not? Because we cut 1 0, we get 10 percentage of any value. So 10 percentage will be 15 and 20 percentage will be 30. Let me repeat. I know 10% of 150 is 15. So 20% of the same number 150 will be double of that, which is 30. So that means 150 plus 30 will contribute 180. That 180 will be 120 percentage. So that means we can very clearly say that the answer for 170 will be definitely between 120 percentage, that is 100 percentage to 120 percentage, because just now we got our 100 percentage is 150 and 120 percentage will be 180, right? Is it or not? So in the case of having 170, our value will be definitely between 100 to 120. Yes. Now let's come here. Here we have 80 and here the growth is up to 200. So that means that's a 120 increase. And here if I want to find the percentage, it will be exactly 150 percentage. Let me tell how it works. See, for the number 80, 100 percentage is 80 and just add half of that 80, that will be 40. That 40 is nothing but 50 percentage of 80. So that means 80 plus 40 is what is giving us 120. So that means this will be 150. Or simply when we multiply it by 100, we'll be very easily getting the able to get the value 150, right? And here last one we have 100 and as an 80 increase, so which will be directly 80 percentage. So that means the maximum growth is seen in all these 5 regions. The maximum is seen in this 150, is it or not? Because the highest value we are getting here is 150. So that means this A, I mean this agriculture is seeing the highest growth in this course of time. So that means agriculture sector is going to be the maximum. That is, agriculture is going to be the answer for this second question. So for which you can just see this workout process, how it works. We are just trying to calculate the percentage increase for each of those sectors, and we are happened to get the highest value seen in the agriculture sector, because in all the other values we are getting values which are still less than this 150, and here is where we are getting the highest value. So that means that is going to be the answer for this second question. Let's work the third question. Our question number 3 is, by what percentage the total emissions of CO2 have increased from 2005 to 2009? So for this question, we need the data for the years 2005 and 2009. These are enough. So I've taken those things alone from our original table. So that means here we are supposed to calculate the total emissions. So in that case, we have to get the total, we have to calculate the total from all these sectors for the years 2005 and 2009. Yeah, let's do that. So for the year 2005, the total will be, yeah, let's quickly calculate the total. It will be actually 500 plus 200, that will be 700. 700 plus 100 would be 800, and 800 plus 230 would give us 1030. So this is what is our 2005's total. And coming to 2009's total, we have 800 plus 450 plus 320 plus 200 plus 180. So here we have 800 plus 450, that would be 1250. We'll do the calculation in parts. And here we have 320 plus 180, that would give us 500, and plus 200 will be 700. So no doubt here the total has to be 1950. Yes, yeah, done. So yes, now so far we are very clear. So here we have a total of 2005's total to be 1030, and here we have 1950. So that means we are asked to find the percentage increase. That's what we are asked to calculate. So that means in this case our original value is 1030 and our new value is 1950. So if I want to calculate the percentage increase, as usual, we go for the difference. Difference here is nothing but 1950 minus 1030, that would give us 920 divided by our original value, which is 1030 into 100. So this is what we have here. So now when we try to get the answer for this question, so we can very easily get the correct answer by looking at the options itself. See the options. We have the options which are very distant, right? See here, see the options. We have all these 4 options to be very distant values. Like we have a huge gap between the numbers. So in that case, very easily we can get the answer. So yes, so this 1030, for this number 1030, this 920 is actually something less only, is it or not? So that means it has to be something less than 100 percentage. So maybe the value will be around 90 percentage. So let's just check it. So for my number 1030, 100 percentage is the same number 1030, but whereas 10% would be actually 103, is it or not? So if I want to calculate what is 90 percentage, so it would be actually, this is 27 and this is 9, so 927. So that means 90% is 927, but we need the value of 920. That means it has to be something less than this 90%, which is exactly what is seen in option A, which is 89.32. And no need to get the exact value, that is not at all necessary. Why? Because see the options, we have the other options to be option B, which is saying 57.62, option C says 40, option D says something more than 100. So by looking at the options itself, we can approximate and then get the answer very easily, right? So this is how we can save the time. Yeah, fine. So anyways, option A, 89.32 is the answer for our third question. Let's move on to the fourth question. Question number 4. Here we are asked to find, yes, fourth question. What is the average annual growth rate of CO2 in the power sector? So for this question, we need to take the power sector's values alone. So power sector's value we are taking it from the table for the years 2005 to 2009. That's all we are doing, and we are asked to find the average annual growth. This is what we are asked to find. So let's try to find the average growth actually. So for which what can be done is, we actually have 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008 and 2009. Yes, fine. So we can actually find there are 4 increases happening. Is it or not? Yeah, that's 4 growth rates which are seen here. So that means we are asked to actually find the average growth rate. So for which what we have to do is, we first of all need to find the individual growth rate for the years from 2005 to 6, then 2006 to 7 and so on. We need to find the individual growth, then add everything, divided by 4, that will give the average growth rate. Yes, this is what we are expected to do. Yes, we go. So for the year 2005 to 2006, it is very clear, it is going from 500 to 600. So 500 to 600 is actually 100. So 100 as a percentage of 50, if you see, so it would be nothing but 100 by 500 into 100. So this would actually give us 20 percentage. So yeah, 20 percentage we are getting it to be here. So next, 2006 to 2007, it is actually 600 to 650. So here we are about to get, here we are getting an increase of 50. So that means here the percentage increase will be 50 by 600 into 100. So this will be actually 00 and 00 cancels, 50 by 6. So 50 by 6 would be actually some 8 point something, because I know 6 8s are 48, so it's very closer to 50. So 8.3, it's around 8.3. And next, coming to 650 to 700, I mean for the year 2007 to 2008, we have 650 to 700. Here again there's a 50 increase. So here 50 by 650 into 100. So this will be actually 1 by 13th, is it or not? So this is cancel and cancel, cancel. So we'll be getting it to be 1 by 13. So it's actually like 100 by 13. So 100 by 13, the value will be around 7 point something. Maybe 7 point, it is 7.7. Yes, it's coming around some 7.7. Yes. Then for the year 2008 to 2009, it is 700 to 800. It is actually 100 increase. So this time it is 100 by 700 into 100. So this is 00 and 00 cancel. So this again we are getting it to be 100 by 7. 100 by 7 is actually 14.28 something. So now we can very easily find the average. So we have to divide all these values and divide it by, add all these values and divide it by 4. So when we add all these values, we are getting the answer more near to 20. 8 plus 7 is 15, and here we have a 14. So it's coming very closer to some 49 point something, or maybe 50 point something. Yeah, the answer will be 50 point something, because we have decimal values. So 50 point something. So some 50 plus we are getting divided by 4. So 50 divided by 4, sure our answer will be 12.5 something. So here again, by approximation itself, we can very easily confirm that our answer must be option A. Very easy, right? So we need not even go for very deeper calculations, just basic calculation alone helps us to get the answer. Why? Because see here again the options are little far away, I mean distant. So we are taking it to be an advantage to get the answer by approximating. That's it. Yes, let's go to the next question. Question number 5 we have. So here again our question is, what is the percentage contribution of power sector to the total emissions in the year 2008. So we are asked to find the 2008's, the year 2008's total, 2008's total, and out of which this power sector is occupying how much. This is our question. So that means for which we actually need the total for the year 2008. So first of all, let's calculate the total here. So we have 700 plus 400, it's 1100, and then plus 300, 1400, plus the 300, 1700. So we are very sure that for the year 2008, the total is 1700. And let's again come back to the question. The question is asking us to find what is the percentage contribution of power sector of the year of the contribution of the power sector. So that is, power sector is occupying how much portion, that is out of 1700, power sector is occupying a portion of 700. This is equal to what percentage? So for which we have to do this calculation, right? Yeah, fine. So once we do this, we can very easily get the answer. We are getting it to be 700 by 17. So which will be very closer to, so this would be actually 40s, right? Because 17 fours are, we'll be getting it to be 68, and we have a balance 20, which is one times it will be going, because 20 17 is one time, 41 point something, and this is enough for us to confirm that our answer must be option B, because that's the only option suiting our value. Yes, fine. So again, with an approximation process itself, we are able to get the answer. So for this fifth question, option B, 41.18 is going to be the answer. And we have one more question, question number 6. That's the last question here for this session. So yes, let's see the question. In which year the contribution of the industry to the total sectoral CO2 emissions was the minimum? So we are asked to find actually in which year the industries of the total CO2 emissions is minimum. So that is, we need to find this industry's contribution as a portion of the total, and we need to find in which year it is appearing to be very minimum. This is our question. So yeah, let's do that, for which we need to find this industry's portion as a percentage of the total value. First of all, we need the total of all these values. So for the year 2005, industry is occupying 200 out of let's calculate the total. So here the total will be actually 500 plus 200. So let's add the values. So 500 plus 200, it will be 700. 700 plus 100 would be 800. 800 plus 230 will be 1030. Yes. So let's try to get the value. So 200 as a percentage of 1030. So again, 1030, 10 percentage of 1030 will be 103. So 20 percentage will be 206. Is it or not? Yes, 206. So that means from this itself we can very clearly say 200 as a percentage of 1030 will be something less than 20 percentage. Is that point clear? Why? Because for the number 1030, 20 percentage is itself 206. In that case, 200, the value 200 must be something less than 20 percentage. So this is our conclusion. So as of now, let's just hold it, because as of now, let's not try to find the exact value, because we do not need the values. We actually need what is the minimum, right? So that's what we need. So let's go find the minimum, for which let's try to approximate and then get the answer. Yeah, for the year 2005, we are actually getting the answer to be less than 20 percentage. Let's come to the year 2006. So 2006, we have industry is occupying 300 out of, here again we'll calculate the total. So here the total will be actually 600 plus 300, 900 plus 200, 1100, 1100 plus 200, which will be 1300. Is it or not? Yes. 1100 plus 200 will be 1300. So here if you see, for my number 1300, this 300 is equal to how much percentage? Let's try to see, compare with the same 20 percentage. Okay, is that fine? Yes. So for my number 1300, 10% is 130. So 20% has to be 260. Is it or not? So from this itself, it is very clear that our answer will be definitely more than 20 percentage. Why? Because for my number 100% is 1300, so 10% will be 130. So double it, 20% will get it to be 260. But see here we have 300. So if 20% itself is 260, then my number 300 has to be definitely more than 20 percentage. So in that case, the answer we'll be getting for the year 2006 will be definitely more than 20 percentage. Yes, fine. So yes, let's move on to the next year 2007. 2007 we have the value 320 out of, here again we'll calculate the total. So here the total will be actually 650 plus 250, which will be exactly 900, plus 100 is 1000. So 1000 plus we have other two values 440, so 1440. So let's again evaluate 20 percentage. So 10 percentage is 144, so 20% has to be 288. Again it is greater than 20 percentage. Yes, fine. Let's go for the next year 2008. So 2008 it is 400 out of, let's again calculate the value. 700 plus 400, 1100, plus 300, 1400, 1400 plus this one is 1700. So here again if you examine, this value will be still more than 20 percentage. Let me explain it how it works, why it is. For my number 1700, 10% is 170, so 20% will be definitely 340. See here we have 400, so it is more than 340, that means more than 20 percentage. And last one 2009, 450, so 450 out of, let's again calculate the total here. So it is, actually we have already calculated the total, right? When we are about to work the second question itself, we have found the total. So the total here we got it to be, I think the third question, right? Yeah, third question we got the total to be 2009's total to be 1950. Yes, ready, done. 1950. Let's quickly note it here, 1950. So 1950. So let's again do the same thing. 1950, 10% is 195, so 20% will be double of the 390, and we have a value which is still more than 390, so that means again this is more than 20 percentage. So from this itself we can very clearly say that this value, I mean the first value, is what is the minimum value. So that means our year, the minimum is occurring at which year? It is occurring at the year 2005, and option A, which is matching with our answer, must be the correct answer to this question, option A, which is 2005. Yes. So I think all these questions are clear to you, and any doubts you are welcome to post them in the comments. And if you see all these questions, all these are based on this percentage calculations only, and this is why percentage calculation is much important. So kindly go through the basics in finding the percentage values and percentage increase decrease, all these values, then sure it would be very easy for you to follow and then get the answers. Fine. Yes, again let's catch up in the next session with some other concepts or problems. See you soon there. Thank you so much. Bye.